So you can probably see already this location where I pulled over, driving along this dirt road here. I pulled over to take this image. There's some really crazy textures going on in this landscape. And the thing that caught my eye, probably the same for you, is the spinifex. Just out here, it looks like little puffs of clouds, like really soft, puffy lumps of grass. But if you know spinifex, it's anything but that. It's quite sharp. I think I've said it before. It's like a bloody hypodermic needle, this stuff. So yeah, walking through this, you need long pants and boots. It's very unpleasant stuff to brush up against. But that's it there. That's spinifex. Quite very spiky and sharp. But from a distance, well, not even a distance, looking at it quite closely here, like saying, it looks like puffy, soft mounds of cloud grass and just these really cool textures. So yeah, I stopped, jumped out of the car, got my camera out, thought I'd take some images of this really cool landscape out here, these spinifex grasses, the textures, and maybe get some trees in it. So I think that's what we'll be doing this afternoon. Definitely some textures in the landscape, getting something different, making the most of your environment, I guess, and or getting the most out of it. Stunning location. But yeah, the textures of it are absolutely crazy. I don't know what's happened to it, but it looks like the underneath is almost dying back, and then the tips of it are regrowing with this green. So you got this, like, it looks like a lot of light hitting it, which it's not. It's quite a cloudy day. I think it's just a light green growing on top with the gray underneath. It looks crazy. So it looks like all this light's just bouncing off the top, and it's just the light green against the blackness of the spinifex. And I like the textures of it, so that's why I stopped to grab an image of it and see what I can do. And this tree caught my eye, and sort of these leading lines of all this texture coming up to it looked really crazy. So like I said, got my camera out. I've got my 20mm out, prime lens. So I was going to try that first, and then maybe even my 14 to 30 to really emphasize these spinifex in the foreground here, and emphasize that all that texture, that craziness going on. As for the weather, it's a very cloudy, overcast day. Had a bit of rain out here, which is very unusual for this time of year. We did have some rain a few months back, and I made a video on that saying it was unusual, but had about 40 mils of rain over 2 days, which is the dry season here. It's absolutely crazy. Some of these dirt roads are quite muddy and slippy, so driving through them is a bit fun. But yeah, this image here, this composition, like I said, I'm in portrait mode. Got some cloudy skies back up in there, make some more interesting textures. And then I'm just gonna use all this spinifex to sort of lead you up to this tree. Portrait orientation, might do a couple of landscape orientations of it. And then what I thought I might do is do a 16:9 shot of just the spinifex with all the different cool textures. The light greens against the red, against the gray might work. So yeah, that's my thought today, or this afternoon. Let's see what kind of images we can get. Chuck the 20mm prime on. Probably, like I said, might change to the 14 to 30mm just to go all the way to 14 and really emphasize my foreground down here. But I'm going to try it with the 20mm. I've got everything in the composition I want. A little bit of wind, which isn't helping that tree, my image, but the spinifex is hard and is not moving in the wind at all. So I might have to use a faster shutter speed than what I normally would, just to compensate for that wind and the blowing of the tree. blowing of the leaves and branches in the wind here. But yeah, I'm going to fire off portrait mode. Portrait mode 20mm. I'm at 1/200th of a second, f9 ISO 100. Fairly simple, fairly straight sort of image. Like I said, I'm going for the textures in here of the spinifex and the red rocks mingled against the or what the spinifex is growing on, leading you up to this snappy gum tree, I believe it is. Yeah, try that one and chuck it up for you. Then I might go into landscape orientation and get like a 16:9 sort of down shot of all the spinifex, see what that looks like too. And get in the car and might drive along the road a bit more and see what else we can get. So I just, look in the back of the camera here, I just changed lenses. I've gone from my 20mm, my prime lens, to my 14-30 ultra wide. And I was shooting my 20mm in portrait orientation, as you saw. So getting more of that foreground leading up to the tree. This time I'm gone landscape orientation. So I've got this tree to the right hand side of the frame, and then a lot of the left hand side, sorry, is taken up with all these textures of this spinifex, and then the clouds too are sort of giving that textural depth to it as well. Probably wouldn't work at this time of day without the clouds. I'd probably be blown out behind there with blue skies. It's currently about 2:30 in the afternoon. Again, this would be amazing, probably just before sunset, with the sun setting this way, and then casting some light all across these spinifex. But yeah, don't have that luxury of time today, so I thought I'd concentrate more on textures within the landscape, i.e. the spinifex. And yeah, if that don't work, I mentioned it before, you can always turn your images black and white. So could look all right black and white, but I'm going to try and keep it color. And now I'm going to do a 16:9, I guess, sort of a down shot of the spinifex. Get some nice textures that way. See how we go. So I reckon this image would look killer with the afternoon light coming across the spinifex here. I'm not sure if it's going to work now, but I'm giving it a go. 14-30mm on, and I did one sort of almost a straight down view of the spinifex, and now I'm doing one where it's kind of a sea of spinifex in the whole frame. I don't know which one will work better. Won't know till I get home. But yeah, just some crazy textures. Might have to come back another time late in the afternoon and get that light. But just thought these puffy spinifex looking would make great textural images. So yeah, let me know in the comments if they worked. Like I said, probably would look fantastic under the right conditions with the light, even these clouds maybe in the late afternoon going red or pink in the sunset, give it that real outback feel. But haven't given up. I think I'm going to try and shoot something else just down the road here and see how we go from there. But yeah, I'll chuck these images up of this spinifex in here. Let me know what you think, if it worked, if it didn't work. Appreciate the feedback, but yeah, time to move on, I think. After struggling a little bit here, I decided to get the drone out and do some down shots, some more sort of textural looking images. Unfortunately, the wind was really high, so the drone was struggling. Drone footage or down shots is something I'd like to explore maybe further in another video. Yeah, so keep your eyes out for that one. Well, after the flying the drone, jumped in the car, drove probably 10k, 15k down the road, came to these open savannas. And by this stage, I think all my creative juices had dried up. And I'm struggling here to find a composition or something to shoot anyway. That is until I found this dead tree in the field. Kind of works. I was using the textures of the savanna grasses here and the dead tree itself as some kind of textural flavor, I guess you could say, to the image, and the sky kind of gave a bit of texture too, that ominous dark rain cloud in behind it. But yeah, overall not too bad. Well, I'm off. I'm done. Got nothing left in the cup to give in terms of creative juices, so I'm gonna bugger off back home. Thanks for coming along, thanks for watching, thanks for commenting, thanks for liking, thanks for subscribing. Until I see you again, guys, walk around that bush. Have a great week. I'll see you on the next adventure. See you later.